Bore da, Graham.
Bore da, Sarah.
Thank you for meeting me today. And today we're going to focus on one element of the teaching standards, and the one we're going to talk about this morning is challenge and expectation.
Okay.
And for me, that really is all about understanding your children, knowing them, knowing where they are in terms of their characteristics and their abilities. And I suppose, again, thinking about that journey from, somebody who's very new to the teaching profession, how you go from facilitating, becoming the person who leads that, to really talking about how children can be motivated and have that sense of independence themselves, which sounds easy, but actually it takes a long time to develop and fine-tune, doesn't it? But I suppose my first question is, what does challenge and expectation look like for you? What does it mean to you?
You really touched upon the answer there. I mean, fundamentally, it's about really knowing our children well. Bringing it back to some seemingly really simple questions. How do you know every child well? How do you know about them? And also, what knowledge, skills and experience do they bring to the classroom? Because if you're able to encapsulate all of that knowledge, you'll be able to create learning experiences where they're really, really engaged in that concept of meaningful and authentic pupil voice. And they'll want to learn. They'll want to be challenged. And it's correct, creating that environment for really, really understanding your children well. And obviously, another really key part of this is learner independence. That's a real sort of element of a classroom where challenge and expectation is the norm. Do your children have access to open-ended tasks? Are they leading their own learning? That's so important. And I think a shared whole school understanding is vital. We come back to that concept of a school as a learning organisation.
Absolutely.
Do we all have that shared understanding of what excellent teaching and learning looks like, and within that, what challenge and expectation looks like? So we really bring it back to the pedagogy. And another key component for me is assessment. And obviously assessment for learning where we can, it's very, very useful because we were able to put in interventions and challenge for those learners that may need it. But what I'm talking about when I say assessment, it's not just assessment of for learning, it's of an in-learning as well. So are there opportunities for assessment for learning? And also, is there a shared understanding again of what assessment for learning looks like within your school? So, for example, do children have the opportunity to do done marking? Is their feedback immediate? Are they using success criteria? Are they creating their own success criteria? Is that real assessment in learning when it's something that they do all the time? It becomes the culture of the classroom, doesn't it? And another thing that I'm really proud of in our school here at Palmerston is the work that we've done on the shared values that we have that really helps create that culture of challenge and expectation. So, as you know, we've worked really, really hard with the children, with the staff, with the parents to create the values that are so important to us, and two of which, enthusiasm and resilience, which are values that really help build that sense of challenge and expectation. And as you know, these values permeate for what we do. The children have strategies which link into their learning muscles. So they're able to draw upon strategies in a shared language, not just with the staff, but with the pupils as well, which empowers them to become these resilient learners, where challenge and expectation is the norm. But I would always bring it back to those questions that we started with. Do you know your child really well? How do you know about them? And also, what knowledge, skills and experience do they bring to the classroom?
And I think what you're saying is, pupil voice has become a huge part of this, isn't it? And giving them that autonomy, but of course, always having that great sense of pedagogy which underpins everything we do, which I suppose takes us back to research and inquiry as well, which is that cycle where everything is linked together. But I think that's been really helpful today, Graham. And as I said, your vision and your aspiration that actually we want the children to be motivated themselves, and that's something that doesn't happen very quickly overnight, but there's a lot of work that goes in before they get to that
It's
stage.
a long journey,
yes.
And as I said, working together, both with the children, with the staff, with the parents, with governance, is just just a massively important
in a place
part
with
of
the
that
right
journey.
culture. So yes, we've been very lucky that the SLO model has worked really well for us.
It's been fantastic, been quite transformative.
Yes, thank you so much. Diolch yn fawr.
Thank you, Sarah.